What if one day everything in your life goes wrong? And just when you're about to give up, God Himself shows up, not in a thunderstorm, not in fire and lightning, but as a calm, smiling man in a white suit. And He says, "Think you can do a better job running the world? Then here, take my powers." This is the story of Bruce Nolan, a man who got exactly that offer and learned that being God isn't as easy as it looks. Buffalo, New York, a city known for its snow, football, and warm-hearted people. But for Bruce, it was a place of frustration. A television field reporter for New York News, Bruce was tired of covering light-hearted fluff, stories about cookie records, bakery mishaps, or birthday parties for animals. Always with a fake smile on camera, always pushing down his true feelings. Off camera, Bruce was different, sarcastic, resentful, and burning with ambition. He dreamed of becoming the network's primetime anchor, someone respected and taken seriously. But everyone around him laughed at the idea. His boss, Jack Baylor, barely tolerated him. His co-worker, Evan Baxter, smug, polished, and perfectly fake, was constantly breathing down his neck, waiting for Bruce to slip. At home, Bruce's girlfriend, Grace, was the one steady presence in his life. A gentle kindergarten teacher, Grace believed in Bruce even when he didn't believe in himself. She was patient with his complaints, kind through his tantrums, and in her quiet prayers, she always wished for his happiness. Then came the day Bruce thought everything would change. The anchor job was open. He put on his best suit, rehearsed his acceptance speech, and waited. But while Bruce was covering a civic ceremony, he watched from the monitor as Susan Ortega smiled and announced, "Evan Baxter as the new anchor." Bruce's face went pale. He could barely breathe. The camera rolled and Bruce broke. Live on air, in front of hundreds of thousands, he threw professionalism to the wind. He mocked the segment, made fun of an elderly woman, insulted Evan, cursed the network, and stormed off. The station cut the feed. The fallout was immediate. He was fired. Driving home, Bruce found his car vandalized, the stereo stolen. He later tried to stop a group of thugs harassing a homeless man, and was brutally beaten for his trouble. Moments later, a nearby fire hydrant exploded, soaking him in filthy water. Standing alone, soaked, bruised, and humiliated, Bruce looked up at the sky and screamed, "The only one not doing his job around here is you!" He begged for a sign, for a reason, for anything. And the universe was silent. Until the pager buzzed. A strange beeper in Bruce's pocket started flashing a number, one he didn't recognize. It wouldn't stop. No matter where he was, the same number kept appearing. On restaurant tables, on mailboxes, on the side of a truck. Finally, Bruce followed the address it led to, an old, half-abandoned warehouse. Inside, the place was eerily empty. Wet floors. Rows of janitorial equipment. A man mopping the floor told him to head up to the 7th floor. Bruce cracked a joke. "What is this, heaven? 7th floor, 7th day?" But the elevator doors closed before he could back out, and there, Bruce met him. The janitor now wore a crisp white suit. He was calm, kind, witty, and somehow knew everything about Bruce. Every complaint, every thought, every failure. He showed Bruce a room with thousands of filing cabinets, each one holding records of Bruce's life, down to the smallest detail. Bruce was speechless. And then the man made the offer. God, because yes, that's who he was, told Bruce, "You think you can do better? Go ahead. I'm giving you all my powers." But there were two rules. Don't reveal your God, and don't mess with free will. At first, Bruce laughed it off. Then, he walked outside and jokingly commanded the traffic lights to change. And they did. He parted his tomato soup like Moses parted the Red Sea. He made his clothes shift at will. He made his dog sit, stay, and use the toilet. Small miracles. Silly ones. But it was real. Bruce had God's powers. He started using them to get revenge. On the thugs who beat him, the people who mocked him. He made storms appear out of nowhere, drew bees into people's cars, and walked the streets like a divine prankster. Back at home, Bruce tried to impress Grace. He filled their living room with flowers. He whispered her name into the wind and made it echo across the city. And in one unforgettable moment, he pulled the moon closer to Earth to light up the night sky just for her. They kissed under the stars, and their passion rekindled. But something was still missing. Bruce wanted recognition, fame, the anchor chair. He manipulated events, exposed a body live on TV to create drama, and even caused a meteorite to crash nearby to become a hero. Eventually, he publicly humiliated Evan Baxter by making him babble uncontrollably during a live broadcast. Bruce finally got the anchor job. But it came at a cost. Grace was starting to feel like she didn't know him anymore. At a romantic dinner, when Bruce dropped to one knee, she thought it was a proposal. Instead, he was just giddy about his new job. Her heart broke. She quietly walked away. Then came the voices. Thousands, millions, whispering, crying, shouting, every prayer on earth, all flowing into Bruce's mind at once. He tried plugging his ears. He screamed in restaurants. Nothing worked. God reappeared, this time on Mount Everest, calm again, and he explained, "Those are prayers. You wanted to be me. This is what I hear every second of every day." Bruce returned home, overwhelmed. He built a digital system, folders upon folders for prayer requests, but the numbers kept growing. So he clicked yes to all. The result? Disaster. Everyone who prayed to win the lottery won, but the payout was about $17 per person. Riots broke out. Marriages fell apart. The city was in chaos. Bruce had tried to help, but he hadn't understood the consequences. Then, Grace saw Bruce kissing another woman at work. It was innocent, but it was too much. She walked away for good. Bruce begged, wrote sky messages, sang love songs, but she didn't come back. And worst of all, he realized the one thing he couldn't do with God's power. He couldn't make her love him. In desperation, Bruce gave up the anchor role. He told Jack he wanted to return to reporting real stories. He taught his dog to pee outside, a small, personal win, and when he found Grace's photo album, full of memories of them, he added his own photos to it. A gesture of love, not power. Then came the final heartbreak. Bruce read Grace's prayers. They weren't angry. They weren't selfish. Every single one was for him. For Bruce to be happy. To find peace. The last message, repeated again and again. "Please, help me forget him. I still love him." Bruce broke. He stepped into traffic, crying, whispering a prayer. Not for himself, but for Grace. That she'd be happy. That someone would love her the way she deserved. And then, a blinding light. A truck hit him. Time slowed. Bruce floated in the air. Then blackness. He awoke in heaven, or something like it. A field of white, gentle clouds, and God, sitting calmly, smiled at him. They talked, not about power or miracles, but about life, about love, about selflessness. God reached out and touched Bruce's chest. "You've learned what it means to truly care." Bruce woke up in a hospital bed. His blood type was rare. He needed a transfusion, and Grace had given it. She had saved his life. Tears flowed. They held hands. No lightning bolts, no grand gestures, just real love. Sometime later, Bruce proposed to Grace, not with magic, but with sincerity. During a segment about another giant cookie, he asked her, "Will you be my miracle?" And she said yes. Bruce didn't become God. He didn't need to. He became something better. A good man. He returned to being a reporter, but now he covered real stories. Unsung heroes, kind strangers, quiet acts of love. Because in the end, Bruce Nolan, once angry, selfish, and lost, learned that the greatest miracles don't come from the sky. They come from the heart. And that was the story of Bruce Almighty. A journey from blame to belief, from ego to empathy, and from chaos to compassion. If you loved this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more epic movie retellings, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Which movie should I cover next? Drop your favorite in the comments below. I read every one. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes you don't need powers to be divine. Just a little love, a little faith, and a whole lot of heart. See you in the next one.